favorite thing ever.
Oh, are we live?
Way to open the Twitch
I
page.
know you did it on purpose this time,
I did.
but I still dislike you the same way. Hello and welcome to this episode of Natural
Yeah!
One, the premiere of our new series, The Ever Crescent Moon. Hooray!
Hello.
Woo! All
Now
right.
with webcams.
It's
Mostly.
like we're in the future, but back in the past.
It's kind of like the future.
It is
Some would
kinda
say
like
these are the days of future past.
Wow, that's a
All right,
good.
guys. That's the campaign. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm gonna see y'all
You
later.
are weirdly loud. Okay, there we go.
Am I?
There, I turned you down.
Fantastic Four.
You were
Oh, my
weirdly
bad.
quiet yesterday, so I had
Yeah,
you
I was.
Scroll.
blasted.
What is he doing
Ah.
in D&D?
So, but what's funny is you barely sound different from me from where you were to where you are now.
Oh, that's
But
hilarious.
according to the audio readout, you're much quieter, and that's okay.
Oh.
Now you are within not blowed out range, so that's good. Alright,
Okay.
so this is for those who may be wondering, if you're wondering what happened to Dark Matter, check out the finale. It's VODed on both the YouTube channel and here.
What's
we'll
the
discuss
YouTube
it.
channel?
We don't. There's no link for it, so you just gotta go to the link down below in our
Can't go
about
to
me.
youtube.com/naturalrpg.
No, because we need 100 subs to get to do that.
So get us there.
So get us
Hey.
there.
Get on
Make
that
our marketing
train.
easier by subscribing to our channel.
Help me help
Use-
you.
Exactly.
Use promo code Natural1 at Grubhub to get one free Frosty.
Thank you, controller. Using a delivery service for a Frosty would be the worst investment. Just as a small note,
Use code natural one.
Sounds awesome,
But,
though. You know, I'm fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it right now.
I'm gonna pay
order a Frosty
$20
right now.
for a Frosty. Sounds like
Let's
a good
do it.
plan.
Yes.
So, for those who are otherwise, then we are now moving into our new campaign. This campaign takes place 40 years after the events of one of our previous campaigns called Shadows of an Empire. There is plenty of odds between my own personal Twitch page and our own here. None of those are on YouTube. Those are just exclusively on the Twitch. We kind of tried to start fresh once Shadows of an Empire ended with the exporting to YouTube stuff, because it was going to get very complicated to export everything to YouTube. There was a lot of episodes, a lot of missed VODs. It was a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
We got our stuff together, though, once we made this channel.
Mostly. And it's purely on my fault.
Well, it's also mine. But you can see it kind of near, I would say, the later half of that campaign on this channel pretty consistently, to where the adventures of Tolric, Cedric, Pathos, well, eventually Pathos, and then Kristoff, and Jet,
And Jet.
Jet.
who had all were the destined heroes to try to stop a seeming, I guess you could say, attempted to, or seemingly awoken old god named Zargon.
And now we must become the warriors of darkness.
Upon going through much of their adventure in the lands of both Thurn and Dalara, a part of a continent which was divided by the two countries and a large wall, in which no creature ever crossed alive, they inevitably, between going through both countries, were able to inevitably make their way, after reclaiming 4 blood red crystals, had awakened the weapons needed to pacify the great being. And inevitably, when they did that, they had showed its true form, which was actually that of an archdemon named Titilibus. They, however, were helped by what seemingly was an innocuous small child named Cassidy. However, it was discovered that her lineage was much more complicated than that of a 6-year-old girl. In fact, she was had the blood of an angel, a guardian angel that was meant to protect the line between the abyss and the material plane. However, Titilius had somewhat brought her into existence with the fact that he had tricked an old mind flayer of long ago, millennia ago, into trying to awaken a being from the abyss, in which he would essentially hitch a ride into the material plane in order to enact his plan to create his own kingdom of hellish intent. So once they pacified him, she was able to subdue his essence and took him back, or the guardian spirit took him back to the hells. However, years have now passed. There has been a lot of political intrigue over the 40 years between the last campaign and this one. However, and in the last session, we went over that prologue. However, I'll give the brief reading for those who may have missed that. So, it was decades ago, a continent was brought to peace by a band of strangers who became allies. Today, problems arise again to bring the world into chaos. Dalara seeks to expand its republic. Another country has been split in two from political discourse, and undead forces have begun to arise from out of nowhere in lands all across the continent of Fades. You all came together years ago into Finglaive the country of Finglaive, from any walk of life. Some of you descendants from great heroes of old, a majority of you. Some may only seek glory or fame. Whatever your reason, the Hammer of Thunderbane is now your home, and your band have trained together for 2 years leading into your first group mission that you'll inevitably have without your commander, Carissa Lockhart. However, before we get into your mission, we'll go over those 2 years in which you all came together. So, a number of you have known each other from the past, mainly Victor and tell me how you actually pronounce your character's name. Is it
Kulanov?
Kulanov. Okay.
Yes.
That's
why he has people call him. It's why he has everybody call him Ku.
Yes. So we have Kulanov or Ku Delion.
More like
And
Kuwai.
Victor Tori, who both come from the continental peninsula that houses both Dern and Dalara. However, they have made, in terms of, well, whatever their own goals may be, have left their homes and come to join the guilds that reside within the land of Finglaive. They essentially came together, and they had met. They initially were put into a group with a young magic user named Kinder Hellebor. It was shortly thereafter, though, that there was a weird storm one night. And coming to the door was a elvish man named Gaius Valith. It was strange because both Ku and Victor had recalled his last name as the last name that was shared with Cedric. However, Gaius didn't necessarily admit to any relation, left it to a mere coincidence. But thus, this group of four became inevitable, especially after a little bit of persuasion from Gaius himself. You four were enrolled as a troop in the Hammer of Thunderbane Guild. Here, each of you began to learn the trades in which you had most desired, whether it be in terms of, for one of you in terms of stealth, one in terms of pure warrior spirit, and the other two based on a little more arcanic study, though with maybe different uses or facets of such. You all got to do a number of menial tasks for quite some time, but then you inevitably had one of your first, what felt like your real first mission, though you were still guided by your captain, Carissa Lockhart, who is much less like some type of militaristic captain and kind of, well, to her at least, feels a lot more like your chaperone. She generally keeps herself out of what you guys do, just kind of make sure you don't fall to any particular ill will. Making sure you're staying up and you're good. Though there has been the occasion where she has had to step in, that of which would include your first, again, real mission. In which you all traveled to the actual city of Finglaive, or the city otherwise colloquially known as the City of Guilds. There you had gone in, and you were just meant to deliver a parcel and then return home. Very simple. However, you seem to have found yourself caught in maybe more than you had intended, as maybe it was his ancestral guiding spirits pushing his to intuition, or just his pure form of altruism. But seeing a older man harassed by what looked like two well-armed men, he found himself stepping in the middle, trying to dissipate it. He in fact made it worse as a result.
I fucked it up. Yes.
So inevitably, they called in a couple hands and
Killed the old man. His blood smeared like jelly across the pavement.
Yeah.
No,
Jokes
he
on you.
he
I went
lived.
there. I went there. Like, guys, please. There's easier ways to steal his money. All you have to do is kill him. No, I protected the old man.
See, and as you all stepped forward, inevitably your own, I guess, leader, Carissa, helped step in to take a bit of the blow, as they seemingly ended up being no match for her. No blood was, well, not, at least no killing blood was spilt in this battle. But you did find yourselves in a bit of a talk with the local guards. Due to your sigil with the Hammer of Thunderbane, they understood your neutrality, but kind of gave you guys a slap on the wrist, and gave her a small piece of paper, which she inevitably, after she was bugged enough by you as to what it was, relayed on you that the guild itself was actually being, or not really, I shouldn't say it's a guild, your mercenary group or your adventurers guild, which is just different from the other guilds, was fined by the local guild of Finglaive. Otherwise, you made it. Otherwise, then you returned home. And before you were able to thank the old man, he seemingly had vanished. But you noted two particularly interesting features compared to many of the other. Because he seemed really well dressed, but compared to many of the other well dressed people in the area, who generally wear most of them who are nobles, will wear the colors of their guild. Specifically, this one was red. He wore a very distinct purple vest. And what they had smashed was a seemingly nice citern. But before you were able to get any thanks or see if he was okay, He had only given you a smile before wisping into the crowd.
What was the thing that was broken?
A cittern, a very nice looking one.
Oh,
That was of the old dude they were beating up.
Yeah, it was his, and they like smashed it.
And that's when he swore his revenge on our party.
Which that prompted Ku to go and kind of intervene and be like, "Hey guys,
Yeah.
let's chill."
No, but then the old dude blames us, and he was actually Zargon incarnate.
He gave you a small smile and disappeared into the crowd.
Yeah, it would have been more like, "Hey fuckers, what the hell are you doing?"
Actually, it actually then would have been to you, Gaius.
To me.
As you would have heard, as he went away, you would have felt you heard him whisper, "I'll repay for you for that one day."
Oh. Ominous.
But otherwise, we enter into... Let me move some things around here. So, with my...
Level 1.
There it is, sitting.
Right.
The morning is
Rebel
bright.
1. Action.
The morning is bright. The adventure hall generally is always at every point in the day, whether it be people returning in from an adventure or those who find themselves unable to sleep. It's never a dull moment or a dead moment. There's always somebody walking around, somebody checking things, putting things in order. What truly never seems to fall asleep is the local cat of the Adventurers Hall.
It's a cat.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
This
Do we know the
small
cat's
little
name?
black cat
Can I pet it?
likes to
You
roam
pet the
around
cat.
the halls, always seemingly just out of sight. Usually when people ask whose cat it is, nobody knows. So most people haven't really named it, or some have just named it for themselves. There are a number of names that run around there. There's Miles, Timold, Jeffrey. Many people have different names for this cat. But everybody knows that for some reason, it's always just leaving your sight whenever you see it. In your group's sleeping bay, it's just a nice, essentially like a semi-decently sized dorm room, effectively.
Storage unit.
It's just like a good old, it's kind of just like if you took a classic college dorm room, but then just put two of them together. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, he's back.
Um,
So 2 storage units.
some storage units are pretty big. But as in the window of the single window of your room, the sunlight starts to creep in the three of you are resting. Guys, you seem to feel yourself just in your book when the potted plant that has been kept on your windowsill by the I guess you could just say the hall maid finds itself crashing onto the ground as each of you awaken to the sound of the glass crashing. As when you look up, Gaius, all you can see is the cat leaving the room.
God damn.
I didn't do it. I'm just face down in my pillow.
It was the cat.
No.
Again.
Oh, that thing? What did it do?
I'm not cleaning it up. I don't feel like it.
It didn't take a shit in here, did it? Yeah, I'll just stretch.
I think that's just you before you showered.
Yeah, it happens. So, how does the room look? Like, how do we each have a bed, and then there's like 2 beds to the wall?
Two bunk beds on each side of the wall.
We have bunk beds.
It's generally it's pretty much just a wooden room. Yeah, well, while the Gaius doesn't necessarily use the bed significantly the same way you all, the rest of you do. Obviously, they just make the rooms the way they are.
So what you're saying is that Gaius gets the bottom bunk, and his bed's a sofa.
There's not much else in
Gaius
terms of
is
what's
a
in
bottom.
the room. There are 2 like storage chests, but not much else. Places just kind of to prop up any weaponry that needs to be.
Okay.
Hey.
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 The gamer has entered the chat room.
Where we dropping, boys?
Essentially the house or the hall cat that has been within your adventurers guild and whatnot has awoken you all. I was letting them know this is pretty much where you're coming in. The cat itself, in terms of its description, it's a black cat, but every time you see it, it's always leaving your vision somehow, like going around a corner, going through a door or something. You never see it just standing there doing anything. Nobody knows whose it is. It's just a cat.
Black cat that keeps disappearing?
Well, like it's always like leaving your purview whenever you like go for it. So
Never
yeah,
get a
100%.
vision of it.
It's 100% named Shadow, right?
no, it's just a black cat.
Named Shadow.
Maybe that's what he.
The
You
hedgehog.
can give
Yeah.
whatever you name you want it to have.
It is all that it is all as is. Can we just make Kinder just make Kinder clean it up? I don't want to deal with it right now.
I don't want to do it either.
The half elf on the top bunk kind of like stretches his arms a little bit, and he pulls the this kind of teal wizard's hat off of his face. What do you mean, clean it up? Clean what up? What's going on?
Dang,
That's
Kinder.
Closed.
That's for you to find out and for me to leave. I start closing my book a little bit.
Then leave. I want to go back to sleep.
Oh, you hear him, Ken. Come on. Get to clean, and I'm going to lie down for a little bit.
That damn cat is breaking more shit in our room.
Hey,
I
Vic.
can never really
you
get
up?
a quick look of it. Have you guys ever really? It's always seeming to be like wandering around. I don't know why.
I swear I smell it sometimes.
Someone
I'm
is
like
doing
patting
their thing.
Vic on the, because I'm assuming Vic will get the top bunk because he's elusive that way. Like, hey, Vic, just like if I'm awake, you're awake. Get up.
As you'll hear very quick. As you'll hear the footsteps of
The neighbors are busy again.
Maria, as your door will just boom open as this small gnomish woman with brown hair. She just kind of wears like a white top with like a black long skirt with a small like half apron on it. As she you just hear, "What have you done?"
We did nothing.
Nobody saw me do anything.
Maria, how many times do we have to tell you this? We never do anything wrong.
All right, we just don't do anything.
Exactly. Mediocrity is the way that we survive through life.
Yeah, as you've known us for 2 years, you would think this. You have gotten this. I don't know how to talk. It's the morning. How you doing?
It's another plant gone. All of you would do.
In our
Howdy
defense,
adventures. She starts like kneeling down and like brings out her dustpan almost seemingly out of nowhere. You don't understand where she keeps all her tools.
it's fine, Maria. We can
just
get
like-
Ken to do it.
No, I'm fine.
She says that in the manner that we know she's not fine.
She's like very rapidly like cleaning up.
Honestly, Maria, I would be happy to help. I don't. You do a
No.
lot of work for us around here.
No, I don't need it to be more broken.
At this point, I'm just looking at Kinder like, not right now.
She'll just kind of wave her hand then over the pile as the pot will reform. Here, fine. Puts it back on the windowsill. The lone little flower that sits in it. Kind of more drooped than it was. Well, now it's about as sad as the cleanliness in this room most of the
I
time.
mean, I think it'll look better if we actually watered it, but
It'll look better when it's not knocked off the windowsill.
that's
It's not even our plant.
yeah,
Whose
blame
plant is that? Why is it in our room?
I want all of the adventure rooms to have a little life in them. I'm sorry. All of you
Yeah,
do all these crazy things and potentially die. People get so sad. I want to have something that gives us a little life.
We have the window though.
I can make a bunch of lights in the room if you'd like. Kind of shine things up a little bit.
See?
It's really cool. I
Just
can
leave my
actually
plants.
do it whenever I go.
Just leave my plants.
All right.
All right. Carissa needs to
Yes,
see
Miss
you
Duncan.
guys. You should be up by now.
Oh, the boss wants to talk to us?
You really shouldn't call her that. It's not a good idea.
I've only been beaten for it twice. I think we're fine now.
Are you a masochist? Because I know there's like a thing for like people that are like into that. I like read it somewhere once, but is that?
Kinder,
Should we
buddy,
be worried? Should we be concerned? I don't.
how bold of you to assume I know what a masochist is.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Depends on
I go up to Kinder and like
Depends,
whisper
I
in his
feel
ear.
how well he's known
He
his dad.
absolutely is. He absolutely is.
How well does Q know his dad?
Right, just a chip off the block.
I think there's some weird shit with his mom too. Oedipus, don't even ask.
I don't want to hear it. We'll just kind
I'm-
of keep that. Oh,
I'm just gonna rub my umber face. Ugh. Like, get some hair off the horns. Okay. And just go through the shirts smelling them. No. Passable. I put that on.
You can wash those,
honestly,
Nah, it
Kinder's
takes
pulling
too
out a
long.
fresh set of clothing. He's got kind of his undershirt that he wears underneath his teal robes.
I don't know why you don't just have somebody clean it for you. That's what I do.
You recall that in order to have your stuff washed in your wing, Maria requires you to do it with her. Otherwise, she will not do it.
See, it's either clean clothes or nagging, and some
Yes.
days I.
Any of you who have attempted to get your stuff done is aware that she doesn't actually really do any of the cleaning, mainly because she's scolding you half the time.
She is a very strict person. Alright. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still good for at least another few hours. We should probably go talk to the boss. You know, get this day started and all that philosophical crap.
I guess if we have to, Gaius like snaps his book shut in a very Cedric fashion.
Which we don't know about.
Weird. Why would that be the case? Am I right?
Who?
He always narrates his own actions, and he always says Cedric for some reason.
Yeah. Maybe he has an imaginary friend. I mean, he seems a little old for it, but...
Kinder,
No,
you're
I
going to
can
be
understand.
imaginary if you keep talking.
That's pretty good.
Good one.
Oh, I am starving. Come on, guys. Let's go talk to the boss so we can eat something.
Do we have to do it in that order? Can you grab something, then talk?
You know, Vic, you make a good point. Guys, what do you think?
What was that?
I feel very patriotic suddenly. All of a sudden, you just see Q just start saluting.
Why am I filled with the interest in eagles?
Why do I feel a need to run out into the sun?
Why do I have a sudden taste for oil?
I must speak in rhyme for some reason.
Why did the vice president betray me and steal his own Mac?
I think a country has weapons of mass destruction. All right, guys.
Quick to the liberate meal.
So I just kind of move my blanket over my bed. Doesn't look any better. There, bed made. All right, let's get going.
Kinder
Or
has
is-
properly made his bed and it looks brand new as if nobody has touched it just yet.
He appears unslept in.
After a while, we just imagine you don't sleep and you just appear every time we wake up.
So where do you
That's
guys go off
generally
to?
how it
Are you
works.
going right to Cat or I was said her name. Do you head off to the office, or are you trying to make any detours?
What else is in the area?
I mean, there's the mess hall. There's the main lobby.
Food sounds pretty good.
Food does sound good. What do you think, Kinder?
Carissa's room is at the end of your wing, so it is an active turn away from her room to go to the
Yeah,
other
I'm
rooms.
doing it.
Yeah, let's go food.
Food.
I mean, I guess I'm outvoted in this case.
It's true.
Fine.
Come along.
That's fine. I'll take the blame for this one. Let's go get something to eat.
As long as I can get some reading in, that's
Who goes
fine.
first?
I'll go first.
Excellent. So you walk out the door. You're kind of like very poignantly, because everything is done with a strict purpose, and that purpose for you is to go right into the face of your nice instructor, Carissa Lockett.
Carissa, hello. Wow.
She stands
What are you
there,
doing
She
in the
stands there
hallway?
with a very smug smile. For a description for the rest of you, she kind of has this, semi like this like kind of poofed but like or short but like poofed up white hair, a very dark, more gray like skin. She generally
Carissa.
doesn't wear too much for armor. Heading out so soon? I didn't
Well-
realize you all already knew what your mission was for this morning.
Oh, no. Wow. We're just standing out in the hallway right now. Totally gonna go do what we were supposed to do, whatever that was later.
I would suggest in the future that maybe, if you wish to have these conversations, you close your door next time. As you recall the fact that Maria left the door open.
Oh, I kind of lean into towards Ken. This is why you don't go out rooms first.
This is why you don't get seen at all.
That's also, oh fuck you, Vic, stop doing that.
Carissa, my dear, we meant no ill will by anything we were saying, but
Oh, honey.
Oh no, he's doing the thing.
4 starving men,
Oh,
we
sweetie.
just need to go to the mess hall. I'm so sorry, but can you really say it is a day at all if it doesn't begin with coffee and toast?
Girl, what is you doing?
Sure. Your day hasn't started yet. Into my office now.
I cast control person though. I could cast
I
friends.
cast power word stun.
5 minutes, time to go off them rails.
Can we at least get a coffee? Do you have coffee in your office?
I will ask. I'll just ask Maria.
Yes.
I don't think she's very pleased with us, but if you ask,
You
You
just
know.
gave her quite a startle this morning, but I will request of her. Just,
Thanks,
bring it
boss.
thanks, Chief.
anyway. I'm not your guild leader. You don't need to call me that.
Got it, boss.
I'm just your instructor. Just come with me.
As
will
we're
walk
leaving,
down the rest of the hallway.
Kinder's gonna be the last to leave the room, and as he's kind of walking out the doorway, he's gonna stop and go, "Oh, ow!" And he's gonna like run back in, run over to his little dresser drawer he's got. He pulls it open, and he pulls out this really long like leather glove. It's like a glove that goes all the way up to the top of the arm here. Slides it onto his left arm real quick, and then chases you guys out.
He's like a sports athlete with the one
Ooh.
sleeve.
Right. Look down. Oh, right, the glove. Right, thing that you do. Okay.
Who was the kinky one?
Hmm.
We're getting down to things already.
Jonathan Showstar.
So Carissa's office is it's not particularly big. It's, not like a grand room or anything. It has essentially a smallish to decent sized desk, a couch across on the wall. The distance between the couch of the wall and to her desk is maybe just an extra 5 feet. Couch is big enough to fit each of you, but probably not any more than that. Probably no more than that. Otherwise,
Kinder
it's
will
relatively
take a
bare
seat.
bones. You could see her weaponry on the wall. A singular bookshelf, which is not particularly big. It's maybe about, essentially about like a 5 by 10 bookshelf.
Hmm.
Maybe barely that. So, you all then come in. It's up to you if you sit down or not. Really, she'll tell you to take a seat.
Yeah, I'll take a seat.
Sure, why not?
I'll lounge, sure.
Up by the doorway.
Of course you do.
Wall,
Yeah.
cool
Back
kid
to
style.
this. Or back to this.
We never left, boy.
All right, last one in, first one out.
So you guys, she'll kind of sit in her chair, just kind of. All right. Well, the day has finally come. You all get to fly the nest alone, and I won't be there to catch you if you mess up. So don't be coming back with any broken wings, 'cause
Wait,
you're going to be not only leaving my watch, you'll be leaving the country.
wait.
The whole
Today
country?
is the... We're... Hold on. This is our first official mission by ourselves.
Yes, you all have shown
time.
enough. You've all shown enough skill, and despite your disturbance back in Finglaive, the director has noted that he feels that despite the disturbance created and the fine it created, he liked the spirit that you all had in doing so.
I'm not apologizing.
Well, I feel like the 3 days straight of laundering with Maria would have pretty much filled that void of the apology, so I think I made my case.
My clothes have suffered ever since.
So you all are going to be off. I think you will all do just fine. I think there are plenty of... I think you all have shown that you can hold yourself, and as long as you work together and listen to each other and try to, be each other's ally, as you have been, I think you will make it there and back, no issues. I can't say
Alright.
the place you are going is the most friendly, but just stick together and you should be fine.
Enough with the kindergarten platitudes. What exactly are the details of the mission?
Always impatient. All right, you'll be going to Luna in Moonblade. It is similar to our trip to Finglaive, where you will need to take a parcel. However, it is a little more valuable of a parcel this time. And despite the hostility of the country, and I don't like the idea that I'm sending you there in terms of just your well-being, she'll kind of walk up to the wall and pull this small, short sword. It kind of has a very ornate, etching into the blade. This is requested by one of the guilds there, that the director, for some reason, wishes to make allies with.
What was the town called again? The city called?
Luna.
You're sending Ku on a diplomatic mission?
She'll put in a scabbard.
Hey, you.
Look, you all work
Oh,
as a
he's
team.
right. Why are you sending me on this?
You all work as a team. As she'll just kind of throw the blade in its scabbard to you, Q.
That's gonna end up in some innocence back.
You
Innocent,
are meant to
right.
work with each other's strengths. You've been working together enough for long enough now. I feel you should have a decent idea of what those are.
Yeah, we've got this.
Totally.
You have some of the best people in the Hammer here in front of you. You're right to have your confidence in us. We'll get the job done.
I have
Your
confidence
sarcasm
in
is
you all.
palpable.
Look, I have confidence in each and every one of you. I would have fought much harder if I didn't feel like you could complete this mission. I'm just concerned of your safety, mainly. As this will definitely test your mettle, without a doubt. since you're especially on your own, this entirely is going to be life risking. You may not even make it back from this.
Yes.
So I implore you to work together as you have.
Don't worry, boss. I'm gonna make sure everybody comes back alive. With most,
I'll make sure they don't die.
well, Dick will make sure we're not seen while we're over there. I'll make sure we come back with Muslims. And then Kinder will blow people up, as he always does.
When you arrive in Luna,
That's not canon. I don't know what he's talking about.
That has yet to be established, actually.
when you arrive in Luna, you will need to. You will be looking for. You'll essentially have to head to the Tears Guild. Yes, I don't know what the name comes from. I just know that's what it's called. There you will drop off the parcel for whoever is in charge there. And you will return back. Despite that, if you do find yourself... If the director has noted to me that if they have any particular requests from you, you should think of taking them. Granted, they may not know the depth of your experience. They may assume more or less of what you have. If you feel like it's something you can take on, then by all means, do so. The Guildmaster believes that it is... Sorry, not the Guildmaster. The director believes that it will do the school some good word. And then our adventuring guild could maybe get a better ally as a result. The talks can be more smooth if we also maybe show them what we have to offer, if you will.
So you want us to be diplomats for our own guild as well?
In a way, if they ask you to, if they for some reason ask you to find some frost giant in Dahl, then I would say you should probably decline.
I could find a frost giant. Taking it down is another issue.
Guys can
Correct.
blow it up.
I can't blow anything up.
I just
Who do you
assume
think I am?
a magic user. I just assume all magic users blow stuff up. I've seen my
You're starting to sound like my father.
Wait, can I blow things up? I flip open my book a little bit.
No, but you do.
I kind of can, actually.
You recall from your times at home, if you will, that you've seen many a large boom come from these large cannons that propel objects at mass speeds. But otherwise, yes, no. You're there. You are somewhat meant to be diplomats, but only to your whatever you feel you're comfortable with doing as adventurers. If you feel like you can make it there, then and you can do the task they have left you, then by all means. If you feel it is above your even if you feel it is below you, even if they're asking you to clear rats out of a cellar, just do it.
Ugh, no.
You've had to do it already. You will do it again.
Last time my shoes got so nasty, I had to pick up 3 new pairs. I'm not doing that again.
You will, as the director demands it of you. However, only do it if it is too far above your skill level. We don't need you killing yourselves in the name of our guild either.
don't
But
know.
suicide comes naturally to me.
That seems
Do it. Maybe
slightly
we'll build a
alarming.
statue in your honor.
That seems slightly alarming.
I see why we keep guys around.
Anyway.
All right.
That'll be it. As the is there any questions you have as Maria will enter the room with 4 cups?
Kinder's hand shoots up.
I reach for a cup. All sweet nectar. Come over here.
Miss Lockhart, I was curious. You said this is going to be a really dangerous excursion. Do you actually have any information, maybe some scrolls or like a pamphlet on the types of creatures or enemies that we might be facing as we go on this journey? I want to make sure that I'm fully prepared for, what we're possibly going to be up against.
Yes. She'll pull out a drawer. Here, I have routed the path for you. As far as we know, and she'll hand you the map.
Thank you, ma'am.
The path we are sending you on is
Booze.
the path we are sending you on should not necessarily hit you with any particular danger outside of the the roaming bandit or maybe a goblin party, a singular orc that's maybe led by an orc or a hobgoblin. Nothing inherently out of the realm that you guys should be going to. This will also send you through the valley, so that'll pretty much help you in terms of anybody wanting to go in. Not many creatures travel through it. With it being into the winter time, I know it doesn't affect us too much here, but once you get closer to Luna, the actual city, the climate will relatively change for more of the temperate, so it would maybe be in your benefit to bring an extra coat.
What season is it overall?
It is overall winter time.
Oh.
Here, it's not too bad. You will get snow here, and it will get cold enough, but it's not amazingly cold. It isn't the Arctic here. For you, Kinder, though, this temperature is this temperature has generally been warmer for most winters compared to what you know.
Yeah, things can get pretty chilly up north.
At least where the city is.
Yeah.
Because the city of Northdal is more ingrained to the mountainside rather than the coast side. It's like a weird, as you go to the water, it gets significantly warmer. Like significantly warmer.
Like you're on fire.
Well, if on the other sides of the mountains in Northdal, like the entire Northdal section is like desert.
Kind of like Washington State. You hit certain parts and then the temperature just changes by 20 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm listening to this and I'm also handing everybody their guys, here you go.
Anything?
handing me?
So otherwise, yes, you should be fine.
Coffee.
You have the rest of today to get any supplies ready to go.
Like
And then-
food. Which where's that coffee, by the way?
He's handing it out.
Literally in front of
Handing
you.
it to you.
Guys.
Oh, no.
I started handing
Sesame.
one over to I grab another one, take a sip out of it, and I hand it over to Victor.
Hey,
Like,
Koo, could you give me a donut as well? While you're getting everyone food.
Yeah.
All right.
I will-
Otherwise, if you have no other questions, like I said, you have the rest of the day to get your supplies, get your explorers packs, and then or whatever packs that you request, and then you'll be off. And then you may get whatever you
How
need to
about
be off.
$20 for your favorite student?
What's $1?
20 gold.
Guys, if you need money, you just have to
When
ask.
Since when have we been students?
Well, Victor, despite your showboating, you are innately aware of the fact, though, that Jet requests that you, or has the ideology that he made his money, you make your money. But you surely act in the ways of a rich boy. You are effectively the equivalent to like a rich American boy going to Europe for the summer. Like going to school in Europe.
And then these elementals start attacking, and you have to put on your super suit. All right.
We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Anyway, any other questions for any of you?
I only got one. I turn over to Maria. Is there any way we can take some of your coffee? It's like the best thing that you make anywhere.
You know, I would tell you how I make it, but then I'd have to kill you.
We tell them how to make it.
I turn
Yeah.
over to her. I turn over to everybody.
It'd be
Yeah,
worth
I
it.
think the secret's worth it. Yeah.
Mr. DM, sir, I can't really tell if she's joking or not. Can I roll like a check to see?
Sure, make an insight check.
Everybody just freezes and it's just Kinder talking to the screen.
Emperor's New Groove style, pulls
Ooh.
the marker out, and starts like
Ooh, okay.
Natural 20, baby.
Ooh,
Yeah.
dang.
First roll.
Good
Damn.
stuff.
Well, then that'll beat her 19.
Yeah.
As, despite that she puts on a very good performance, you know that she does not inherently mean that. As you have known her well enough to, and despite her strict and pushy disposition, she generally enjoys most people's company.
I don't
and
think she's serious,
likes her
Code.
job.
I think you're okay.
All right, sounds good. This is the thing I look forward to every day. Finish my coffee.
All right. I'm assuming then the rest of you. Any other questions for Carissa? Otherwise, I assume you all head out.
All right, food, boys.
We won't let you down, ma'am. He gives kind of like a little like salute.
I'll make sure they don't die, I guess.
All right. So I'm
Uh,
assuming.
they will let you down.
Well, I'm going to assume that Gaius is going to get food, but for the rest of you, the town is your oyster.
Ah,
Where's the pearl?
I'm sorry. Oh, I hate you.
Cooper just died in the back out of laughter, breaking down,
Silence.
trying not to spit out his drink. He's just laughing into the cup.
Kinder pulls off his hat and is kind of like hiding his face behind it to be red.
You feel out of nowhere, Victor. You feel a snowball hit you right like in the neck as it like goes down your back.
Blame him.
Laughing intensifies.
As none of you see anything. You just see him go like ah. None of you
hope you know
see
that-
anything hit him.
There's
What's
some
the matter,
real life
Victor?
karma that just happened because I just spilled my drink all over me.
Otherwise, where do the rest of you go?
I'm going with Gaius to get some food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys,
I
is-
guess it could eat.
Yeah. And come on, Chili Boy, as I grab Vic by the scuff of the neck and pull him with us.
bit unnecessary. Now I have to get new clothes.
Yeah. Just rewear it for like the 5th time, like I do. Hey, man.
You at least wash your underwear, right?
You know how hard it is to sneak up on somebody when they could smell you coming 2 miles away?
Swamp
I don't.
ass mother. Let's just
Everyone just knows where you're coming from.
Good old swamp ass. The thing that isn't talked about, the trial of adventurers that isn't talked about enough.
Oh
go.
man.
Swamp ass.
The secret
4 days
story.
on the field makes you realize.
They didn't have gold.
Man,
They don't
how do I
have
survive?
D&D gold bond.
Nope. No baby wipes.
I'm just chafing all over.
Bark it, guys. I don't think you see the potential here.
As Vic
We
saying
just
this
need to,
as we're
we need to
walking down the
concoct a
hall.
powder. It'll get the
If
rid of
there
the
is some
chafing.
way to actually do something instead of just sitting around reading books all day, we can make something here. We can start a business, guys. Screw this guild stuff. You know how much money we'd make?
The hunger's getting to him. We need to give him food. Stat. Come on, guys.
All right.
How hard would it be to make a portable smell thing? Make it smell better. How,
Say this as
that,
you're
that's
getting
gotta
in
be
there.
easy, right?
You get into the mess hall, and like, yeah,
Boy, I
the
sure do
people
want
by the door,
breakfast right
the
now.
tables, yeah, the tables by the door are just like the people just like,
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Patent pending.
Hi, everyone.
as the present face
Hi,
that
Sparks.
always reminds you of Maria, however, is in fact her twin sister Tia. At the behind a small, or essentially a small counter of veritable food items, as you see her come in and out of the back room, refilling certain foods every now and then. It's not the most gourmet of breakfast buffets.
I mean, it probably smells better than Koo right now. You know, I can't.
Hey,
complain.
hey, hey.
Better than Koo at any point.
I don't know. Let's find out. Koo, roll a d20.
I will roll a d20.
Roll for smell.
In the sewers, always smelled was Koo.
What was the roll?
That's a 10.
He's not terrible.
Oh, that passable shirt he put on.
Yeah, hey, that's why I smell my clothes. I'll tell you what, I'll do a sponge bath before we leave, just for the sakes of all your noses, I guess.
for pretty much, I mean, pretty much anybody would, but he definitely smells like somebody who like really needs to put on deodorant. Like, even if like somebody who like just showers and they don't put on deodorant, generally they don't. The pit stench doesn't really go out too far, but he's like that's like, but like sometimes with especially like people get sweatier after the exercise, they like really need deodorant. That's what he smells like. So it's not like pure shit, but
like a Smash
bit
player.
of, but still a little bit of that bo.
Like he just went to Smash and Splash,
Exactly.
but without the splash part.
Well, if he got any worse, it would have smelled like he splashed, but it would have been like he splashed in the chlorine pool, but then didn't shower still.
Oh, that's.
Yeah,
With
you
all
rolled
the
above
other
that.
Smash players,
You rolled
yeah.
above that, so you're good at least in that realm.
Oh, that's good.
You're pure.
Okay.
You're just only bo, not bo plus other things.
Get some of that ball deodorant.
I don't smell that bad. Okay.
Plan here is we eat food, we get Koo a shower. Anyone else want to freshen up can? Pick up those supplies and head out. Everyone agree?
Sounds like a plan. Although I am giving Koo a shout.
Yes, Koo. No one else would dare to touch you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Only I get to touch myself.
It's that manly that no one would even dare confront you.
Hold
It has
on.
nothing at all to do with your severe lack of hygiene.
I feel like you're trying to tell me something, Vic, but I'm too hungry to understand it. Let's just get food. Where's Tia right now? I'm assuming we have to go to her to get food.
No, it's just, I mean, inherently you just have to get up to the counter, grab a plate.
Oh.
Buffet style.
Pretty much, but she also keeps an eye on you. She has an uncanny memory for recalling if you grab too much. So while you know that you can grab what you like, if you grab more than your noted allotment, she's on you like a hawk, almost appearing out of nowhere.
And we put that hawk like twice already tonight.
We
so
did.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
correct.
All right. Go up, grab some food, grab some meat, mostly just meat.
I'm gonna get some bread, maybe some eggs.
I want you to
Guys,
tell
just
me
gonna
what you
grab
grab.
fruit.
I want you to tell me what you grab in serving sizes between 1 and up. One
I've grabbed
serving
5.
size of whatever, like if it's like a serving of meat or 2 servings of meat, like. But then like anything else, like you could say like I want a serving of meat, a serving of eggs, a serving of
Okay,
jam,
that's fine.
serving of
I'm grabbing
toast.
I'm grabbing a serving of meat, serving of meat, another serving of meat, a serving of meat, and
Are you
Oh,
making
and a
that
serving of meat.
4 serving of meats.
yes.
As you reach for the 4th one, you will feel a small stick whip to the back of your knee.
Oh shit! Fuck.
You don't
Okay.
need more than your allotment.
Yep. Sorry, Tia.
And she'll walk back into the kitchen.
I'll grab some bread. I hobble with the bread.
That is okay.
Just reach over Kinder. Sorry, Kinder.
What?
Stench wafts over you.
Yeah, she reaches over.
Oh, it's fine.
Height difference. Like, how far into the armpit are you?
I reach over, like,
you-
oh, whoa, Kinder, you're right. I pat him on the back, hard twice. I breathe, man, breathe.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Just serving of eggs, serving of bread, and serving of sausage links.
This trip is likely to take you. Those of you, since you are semi-familiar with the geography of the area anyway, just from living here for long enough, and having like other adventurers coming in and out and all that stuff, you'll note that you'll kind of know that this trip is definitely gonna probably take you like a good week. So you're gonna need
But if we
definitely.
take too much food, Maria's sister will hit us.
Well, breakfast is one thing, but supplies and anything else you'll need in terms of travel is different.
Mm.
So think of you take a week-long hiking trip. What are some things that you would need? And
80
then
pounds-
spend the
80
day
pounds of
and
equipment.
and take the day preparing
Sunscreen,
for those types of
tent,
things.
Ball
Baby
deodorant.
Shuma to carry my stuff. Maybe a llama.
Motivation.
I mean, I've got my
Cavi plates.
traveler's outfit. I'll grab my scarf as well, and
Hair gel.
Kevlar
got
helmets.
I've got my left
M16.
glove. I'll take
By the
my
way,
right
what are you
glove.
the
My
others
Switch.
for food? What are the others of you getting? Mainly-
I'm getting fruit.
Yeah, I was actually
How many
about to
servings?
ask what the.
This is for now or for the whole week?
No, it's just for breakfast. I'm just having you guys eat your breakfast right now.
I will have 1 apple and some yogurt, if yogurt exists in this world. That's it? I don't actually know.
I feel like with the advent of magic and freezing stuff, maybe.
Can't get deodorants.
We'll find out.
It might
I'm
not
gonna
be like fruit
test
yogurt. It might
something.
be like
I will get the largest turkey in the land for Bob Cratchit. Wish him
Depends.
a
I will
Merry
get
Christmas.
cheese and only cheese.
The ancient Greeks had created an early form of yogurt in the year 129. So I'm willing to say yes, yogurt exists.
Yeah,
It's Greek
that is
yogurt.
true.
If the
Actually.
ancient Greeks with their technology and no magic can make yogurt, then you can make. Then we with magic in a later
Yogurt's
time
fucking
can make
weird.
yogurt.
Yogurt's fucking weird. Like, all the dairy shit is weird because it's like, I'm just gonna leave this milk sit here for
it's not
Well,
inherently
it's
like.
gotta be for a
Yeah, I
certain
mean,
amount
well,
of
in the
time.
yogurt
I could throw
that
some
existed in
bacteria in
ancient
there.
times. Well, in the yogurt that existed in ancient times is not the same as the stuff that we have now.
That's good.
But it, was
yeah.
it had a similar making quality, so that's essentially what it is.
I've got
Yeah.
these goats sitting around. Let me just
Just rub it through
Hey.
the strainer.
Yeah, let me just.
Yeah, I'll get an apple and a little yogurt.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
saying down.
Cool.
I'm gonna
or
get
not
some,
cool, Victor.
Eggs and 2 apples.
You okay? Only Ku makes it with the weapon. You'll
And a
know-
hand and another apple. Those
2 apples then.
two apples that I'm grabbing for myself, and I'm gonna try to slay a third one.
Roll sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Do it.
Go.
Oh, that's cocked.
Is 19 total.
Right in the back of the
Yes.
knee. You have failed to
sound
beat
like a
her.
poison dart.
Yeah, you failed to beat her 22.
Oh, she's rolling high.
I rolled the same thing for both Maria's performance as her perception check.
She's so consistent.
Right. Oh, man.
Twins.
Man, I'm just saying.
as,
Down, assuming.
Right. I got my
It's going back. It's going back.
Tori. Don't think I don't. I know where you come from.
On the table, I look over and I'm like, ha ha. Still rubbing my knee. But yes. So,
Alright.
whenever Kinder comes up, I'm just gonna put serviette meat onto his.
Eat.
Yep.
You should eat something. Anyways, look at you, so skinny.
Like, come on, man. Yeah, we're gonna go on a long trip. You're gonna need all the calories and whatever stuff is in this thing. Eat it.
Protein.
I just put it on top of his plate without regard of what.
Hey, I would like to note. I forgot to make this note earlier. I would like to make sure of this. In your character sheet, like builders, your character builders and whatnot, on the very first page there is a tick that says use encumbrance. Make sure that is on.
Where is that turned on?
Use encumbrance.
It's always on for me.
You shouldn't have that problem right now, but I just want to make sure it's on now before we get to later. And all of a sudden I'm like, why do you have 3 armor? Why are you carrying 3 sets of armor?
For absolutely no reason.
Where are you
I'm
putting
just asking
these?
this in general.
Okay, it is set to use encumbrance and ignoring coin weight.
Having coins
Coin weight
do
is fine.
not count, right?
Coin, yeah. You likely will not get. You wouldn't get to a coin weight, or probably would be a problem anyway. I'm
We'll
not.
be
willing
long
to,
dead before that.
I don't want to worry about dealing with
Right.
it.
No, you
What?
guys will be.
Anyway,
Typical Victor.
so yes, here's eat your breakfasts. Who wants to do what? The town or the city of Thunderbane, and your
Whoa.
local. So there's the city of Thunderbane, and around, in and around Thunderbane, it's very strange, like build and like geography, but there are like essentially like small. Every like adventuring guild and whatnot has like their own like area, so it's kind of like the guild spaces in places like Finglaive, but they're much smaller. they're like a small district, and then there's just the rest of the city, and then you'll maybe find another like adventuring area, or like, you know, Adventurers Guild area, or another Adventurers Guild area, and you'll kind of come in and out of them a lot.
I mean,
So, and like the courts, or like the districts, like for example, your district, you know, it has like a, you know, it has like a weapon shop and an armor shop, and then it also has like, you know, but it doesn't have much for like, it doesn't have like a lot of produce sellers, but then it's got like, you know, it's got like, you know, essentially like what you would kind of look at as a quartermaster. So if you need things like your packs or whatever, you know, you can go get those.
where can I go take a bath?
In
The bathhouse.
the bathhouse.
All right. Cool goes to the bathhouse.
Okay. All right.
Never
So he at least
return.
will clean himself. Any of you wish to clean yourselves?
Yeah, why not?
Of this sin.
That's the same.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go. Clean myself.
Morning bath.
Bath buddies.
Well, Kinder, Victor, what do you guys want to do?
Actually, is there kind of like a local library in this district here?
Not in the district, but there's the library is maybe about a 30-minute travel through the city. You know where it is, but you've been here long enough. The 2 years of being here, you've definitely found the library. But it's about a 30-minute trip.
Hey, Victor, I'm gonna go to the library. I think maybe I can look up some information on goblins and orcs. Maybe figure out what would be the best way to handle them. Do you wanna come along?
However, pick up your pack when you're done. I know how much you just get engrossed in the books.
Yeah, sure thing.
All right, Victor, what do you plan to do then?
I'm gonna head down, get our provisions. I'm pretty sure Koo won't even fucking bother.
Meanwhile,
Ooh, the shade.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
All right. Well, we'll start. I'll let you guys go to the bathhouse. Yeah, we'll come back to your discussion later. All right. So Kinder, on your way to the library, make me a perception check.
You got it.
That's 21.
21. All right.
Hit me.
It's almost for it's like it's for a moment, but because as we travel through the city, every now and then you'll hear the wandering bard. You know, the music. You'll hear a small like
I hate those guys.
you know, a lute, a viol, or you know, a harp. As you just kind of travel by, the noise will come in and out. One for some reason draws your attention. You yes, I know I'm glossing over the joke. I know I'm glossing over the joke.
Mark's making me laugh.
I don't know why that.
For a
That
moment,
tickled
though,
me
one
just the right way.
seems to like pull your attention as you're walking. As you kind of you feel like one seems strangely loud for a moment. As you kind of look over and you feel like you see a person wearing a purple vest, but as you kind of it's like somebody kind of passes by in front of your vision. You look again and there's nothing there.
That purple vest feels familiar. And I can't see them anymore. They've kind of disappeared from my vision entirely.
Yeah, it's the seemingly the person has moved on or gone away.
Was there like a tune or a melody that was being played?
You
Like
just
something that I could kind of like pick up on?
It's just kind of a small like ditty from a viol.
Kinder's actually gonna kind of look around. How crowded is the area?
You're kind of getting into the morning rush, so it's a little active this morning.
Maybe. And Kinder's gonna reach into his bag and he's actually gonna pull out this little pan flute. It's got some signs of wear on it. And he's gonna attempt to kind of play that little tune that he just heard and see if maybe he can get kind of like a call response going on.
Sure. Here, give me a performance roll on that.
Okay. So that's a natural one.
Woo!
Hey!
Woo! Woo!
Go ahead.
First natural 20 and our first natural 1.
Just go ahead and
Hell yeah.
pray really hard that I didn't just screw things up here.
Rolling those D100s.
We all gather around. Hey, where's Kinder?
62.
It's a robot again.
Emerges from the Rothian's back.
Cops.
For some reason, you just don't care about this anymore.
I'm like
The intrigue,
what am I doing? I need to
the
go to the
intrigue,
library.
yeah, the intrigue, the weird. You're just like,
I'm gonna go
screw
take
it.
a
I'm just
bath.
going to the
Yeah,
library.
this.
I don't care about this anymore.
Honestly, Kinder, you get so easily distracted sometimes. Get together, bud. You got this. And I head off to the library.
Yeah, you suddenly just felt more apathetic about it.
Well, that could have been way worse.
Yeah, I could have, and it was weirdly fitting. That's why I laughed. I like snickered about that because I thought it was funny because I felt like it worked really well. Because like you failed to do it, and you're like, why am I doing this? Why am I even doing this? I'm not a bard. I hate bards.
Bards.
Actually, based on the apathy, it's more I don't care.
Drop this at a pawn shop.
I don't care about bards.
Welcome.
I
to
feel
Pawn
nothing
Stars.
positive
I
or
play
negative
music
against
from
bards.
the heart, not for money. Yeah, but I'm gonna head to the library.
All right, yes. All right. You make your way there. Victor, you get to the quartermaster for provisions is a just kind of more slightly older human man, not like super old, not like a bunch of wrinkles, but getting on there in age. Kind of stands at what essentially is almost kind of like a very large hut, if you will. It's like it's a wood building, but then just kind of has a large window with a counter. Master Tori, I hear you guys are getting your first big break.
Yes,
As,
indeed.
this man is named Mitchell Conway.
Yes, Mr. Conway. We are, in fact, set upon our newest mission, and is in need of your finest provisions. Only the best shall do.
Are you coming on behalf of your party?
Most of them, yes. Kendo shall be along shortly to get his own specific needs to be met, but you know Ku, he completely forgets.
Well, I guess I'll give you guys as to something about it. I always think something else is more important. Anyway, I hope you all do very successfully. Just give me a moment. So I'll kind of head back. You'll essentially what you guys is what he's grabbing for each of you, which I've essentially already added to your kits is the whatever pack you picked from your starting equipment.
You already added them?
When you did your starting equipment, you would have added both with any of the backgrounds. Pretty much, you get usually you get some type of pack. If you don't, then you'll have to get one.
I think I
Note
forgot
for the
to
party though.
select a background.
No, but I don't know. Do any of you guys use range things that need extra ammunition?
I do not. I have a range
I
item, but it
throw-
doesn't use ammunition.
I can throw one dagger,
You better not.
and then.
All right, so yeah, just the packs
jump
then.
high.
And I assume, of course, that the guild's covering this again.
At least for what you're allotted. I don't know if all of you have. They're weirdly picky about what you get. So, based on
Quite stingy.
whatever areas you chose. Otherwise, I can help you out. I can help some of you out. If you want, I could just give whoever's not here. If they need them, I can just give you Explorer. I like you all. Want to make sure you guys are kept up. I can give each of you an Explorer's pack.
That would be
It
fantastic.
should get you at least through the first trip. If you want any extras, since I don't know what kind of prices they have over in Moonblade, especially Luna with all of its drow problem. If you want to just buy some extra rations here for the trip back, or anything you need for the trip back, I can give you a hand on that.
Actually, yes. We'll just take about 3 days worth. Ku will hunt down the rest. Does not do particularly well on trails.
Just for you, or for your? Do you want to get stuff for your group?
3 days worth for a party of 5.
Okay. So yes. So I'll get you 15 more of those. I just need to check. That's not what I want to check. Okay. That's fine. All right. So who in the party? Dylan, you don't. Not Dylan. Sorry, Bennett, you don't.
I don't what?
I know you don't. I saw your background because I know you did. Your background didn't give you an explorer's pack or like any pack.
I hadn't picked a background. I just picked one just now, but I got the.
Did you keep Did you keep the Outlander one?
No, I did. Oh, should I have? 'Cause
No. That's what was highlighted when I went to your character.
Oh no, I picked Noble and I got the Scholar pack or whatever.
Okay, so you're good. Anybody not have any
Nobility.
type of like pack? You're good. Just so I know, Dylan, are you good on that?
Yes, I was able to get a pack.
Okay. Not every background have it. Like Outlander doesn't have it, that I realized. So.
I did, like, mine's a custom background, but I was able to do some finagling somewhere where it still gave me a pack option.
Okay, so that's good.
Likewise.
All right. So then, let me see. Then I just need to check. Oh boy, loading. There we go. Alright, those are. So let's see. Calculator.
Oh man. Man's best friend during a certain period.
Where am I at? I was like, I'm trying to look at the right people, and I'm like, I'm on Bennett. That doesn't help me.
You're on Bennett?
I was on his character.
Oh man.
Alright, so it'll cost you 7 golds for the 15 rations. So that's the 3 days worth for each of the party members.
So we should all take off 7 gold.
No, it's just Victor.
Two of the peasants couldn't afford it.
If he wishes to ask for compensation, that'll be a different story. But Otherwise.
Where is that again? Currency. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Okay.
Yep. Otherwise, anything else?
No, that's all that we should need. Else, well, home they can come by and grab themselves some nobody's paying back.
Already. Well,
Thank you, as always, for your service.
as you kind of handed,
And then,
you get an allotment of bags and whatnot. Yeah, it's like
Things come out of Sephora.
it's like carrying like 6 purses. It's just like, all right, let's go.
I hired somebody for this. All right. Service.
Well, good luck, Master
A
Tori.
week's time.
I hope so.
Back missing somebody. Blame Coon. See ya.
All right. Kinder, you've made it to the
The
library.
guild house.
The library, it's not the tallest building in Thunderbane. In fact, is because every building is dwarfed by the essentially
By
what
the
is
dwarfs.
colloquially known as the command tower. It's essentially just where the small governor or the governor lives and has a small kind of set of housing and whatnot. It also houses the more like where you guys go to like actually just like learn and train, like essentially like where like each guild, like where you guys like learned your classes, like essentially went to school, is then housed on the other levels. So each the different adventuring clans all have their own floor, and then there are specific rooms for whatever they are teaching. Otherwise, so yeah. So this is the second biggest building in the city. As you enter in, you will see the somewhat sweet elven woman greet you as you arrive. Young Kinder, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too, ma'am.
Well, are you off on another mission soon, or are you just here to learn?
A little both. We are on another mission. It's supposed to be a pretty big one. And I wanted to stop by and see if maybe I could read up a bit on a couple creatures that we might encounter on the way.
Oh, you're looking for any type specifically? I can help you out.
Yeah, actually, goblins, and I think Miss Lockhart had mentioned an orc, possibly. I don't know a ton about those. If there's any reading you have on them, maybe their history or their migration patterns, it'd be really helpful.
I have one book. It's I have one book that would be perfect for your situation. I feel, if you're concerned about both goblins and orcs, I've got a great one. And she'll kind of walk you down a couple aisles of books. And she'll walk down towards and pull out one, and she'll hand it to you. And as you open the cover, you will see goblins, hobgoblins, and orcs. Oh my! The Adventurer's Guide to Surviving some of the most potentially dangerous and what you may not expect from a creature that seems as pathetic.
Is the book like really old and like covered in dust, or does
No.
it look like it's actually been read recently?
No, it's a little worn. You know, you can only keep books generally in such good condition, but it's not like dusty or old. I mean, this library is pretty well kept up, so you know it's definitely had its age and its existence. That should, I think, have information, at least some enough information for what you would need. In terms of what's stuff in the area and whatever, those things change, and there's not much for patterns in those types of creatures. They're generally just wild. And Lord knows whatever happened with Paw made it worse. And just roam everywhere.
Well, all the same, I'm sure it'll be a great help. Thank you.
No problem. Come visit me if you need anything else. I'll be at the counter.
Yeah, of course. We can talk about those lessons for Ku that I had mentioned before. Still gotta figure out a way to get him to come over here. I'll let you know.
Based on what you've told me, good luck on that one.
Yeah. See ya.
So you spent some time studying the book.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have a couple. So now we'll get to the point of. So, Gaius and Ku, is there anything that you do inside the bathhouse, or like you try strum up? Any of you strum up into conversations, or do you try to wistfully
You don't
avoid
kiss and
each other?
tell.
Yeah. I go in with a block of wood, and I come out with a small figurine of a unicorn.
Ooh, episode 1 is already getting.
Oh!
sticky.
Right.
Oh.
In all honesty, I'm just sitting in the water, just whittling.
I'm just relaxing with a towel on my face.
Okay, so if you don't wish to drum up any specific conversation, we can move ahead.
I just say, I feel like I'm forgetting something, guys.
What would
it's
that
probably
be?
nothing important. Probably nothing important. I can't think of it now.
If I don't think of it, it can't matter.
Yeah, no.
He's still
Must have
wearing
been
his
a
clothes
lie.
in the bath.
Meanwhile, outside the window, we just see Victor walk by with the bags.
Set. What? Hard cut.
All right, what do you guys do then? I mean, you bathe for maybe about like
3 hours.
you know a little, a bit
Get all
under a half
pruny.
hour. So, what do you wish? What do you wish to do when you leave Ku?
Question for you.
Yeah.
Are there any clinics or orphanages around this?
I mean, not within the district. If you take a decent walk out, you inevitably find either.
Okay. How long is a decent walk?
It depends. If you're looking for something like an orphanage, then that can be essentially about an hour walk. If you're looking for a clinic, well, that depends if you're looking for one outside of your district or not. The one in your district is not far at all. The one outside of your district is about 45 minutes away.
Okay. I'm looking for an orphanage. I'm gonna run there. Just a light jog. After a
I
shower.
just kind of like look at you like, why is that weirdo jogging? Why is he rushing? That's so weird.
Why does he power walk?
Who does that?
So I'm just gonna rush over to the orphanage.
All right. Before you actually get there, Gaius, what do you plan to do?
Is there any faculties here that could like suit a wizarding wizard of my
A wizarding
caliber?
wizard of wizarding capabilities, such as a wizard.
Of Waverly Place?
Well, I guess
I was thinking of Oz.
there are options. You have other adventurers that you could try to incite knowledge from. You could
Yeah, I'll go talk
to
to
the
people.
library. Yeah, you could go to the library. You could go to
Library's pretty good.
the.
I'll go to the commons and
School.
try to like talk to people about our mission, maybe.
Sure. When you get up kind of more to the common area, it's kind of like a nice room with a fireplace where people kind of peruse around, just kind of hang out and relax for a while. You see a few people in like the main like seating area, that's like more closer to the fireplace. You kind of see a couple, what seeming or more like. Generally, everybody's almost kind of normally dressed. The most notable figure is a dwarf man who is very well known as Garrog Hammerbane.
Damn boy.
Now that's a name.
I go pull up next to Garog.
He's the essentially he's the clan's like poster boy. Like he is a well seasoned adventurer, well respected in the community. and amongst the other adventuring guilds.
I go post up next to him. So, hello. The name's Gaius Valeth.
Yes,
you
are
have
you here
quite
for are you here for an autograph?
No. No. Why would I want an autograph?
I don't know. I don't recognize you, so I assume you're some outsider.
No, I work here.
Good. You must be at least the younger ones. Come, sit down. Let me. What do you wish to speak about?
So, Mr. Anvil guy, Hammerbane? Was that it? Hammersbane?
Yes, I'm now. I am Garag Hammerbane. Everybody
Garag.
knows my name.
Everyone. Okay.
Sometimes you wanna go.
Well, Mr. Hammersbane, my friends and I are going on a quite important mission. I can't give you any details. It's a little hush-hush because of how good we are.
Oh, you're the one
but
going
we're-
to Moonblade. That seems like I would not peg you as that type of person. But hey, everybody's got to start somewhere, right? Throw them into the wolves is what I say.
Yeah, well, wow, you actually, you knew. We are
Nothing
going to
happens in this guild
Moonsblade.
without me knowing anymore.
Do you know any, we're just trying to, reconnoiter the area as much as we can. So if you have any, tips about Moonblade, types of places to avoid, monsters to slay, things like that, bars,
Well,
sightseeing spots.
let's see. I just think for a moment. Well, your Carissa is no fool. So I imagine she isn't sending you down the most dangerous path. There's one path that heads up closer to the mountains that is very precarious. I only take it even when I need to. And that's saying something. Otherwise, so I imagine she's not taking you through anything too treacherous.
What's the name of the treasures?
It's when you go to the valley on your way. It's kind of between near the border of the countries.
Okay.
When you get to the valley, there is a path to go up towards more of the mountainside, or you can go through the valley. I assume she's sending you through the valley, as it may see a creature every now and then, but doesn't seem to house too much of the deadlier creatures. However, up at the top, there's what others say to be a cursed land.
At the top, eh?
Yes, if you, for some reason, find yourself, maybe due to some avalanche or other precarious happenstance, find yourself needing to go up that path, I would tread carefully. Great creatures up there of varying skills and powers.
Interesting.
One
Well,
thing
we'll
to
keep
keep
that
your
in
eye
mind.
out on if you have to take that path, is you will find a large skull embedded in the snow. There you will then see within your sight a large frozen creature from ages past. If you see that, you know you are going the right way. Just continue. If you are going that way, you are heading east. Continue to just head east. No turns. Only straight.
No kids.
What if, per se, we're being boisterous or, whatever. Could this frozen creature, arise? How bad would that be? It sounds pretty bad.
Based on the legends, they say it is an old frost giant. Or, yes, it is an old frost giant. There is a specific
Weird
name.
how often those are coming up these days.
There is a specific type of name. It is more than just your standard giant, though. Checking a name quick.
Da-na-na.
Yes, it's had the colloquial name of called a Jotun.
A Jotun.
Yes, a creature that is not really does not seem to have existed.
But what if we are really big and strong?
Legends say they are tricky creatures. Who there's not much to say if it would attack you or it would try to convince you of joining its whatever. They have multitudes of motivations in the legends. I don't know if it is a Jotun either. It could just be a frozen creature. It could just be a normal giant that froze one day. It could be just a weird amalgamation of snow and rock. I would just pray that you're not the one who's there when it unfreezes.
I'll keep that in mind, Mr. Hammersbane. Ugh. Sorry, someone was really late bringing me my coffee this morning. You know, I do really appreciate that. Probably nothing else. I think we can take that advice and roll with it. I'm feeling fairly confident in this mission. My team's pretty all right. I think you'll probably hear of us someday. I'm
You're the
calling
group.
it now.
I think I remember you now. You're the group who made all that fuss in Findlay.
Fuss? There was no fuss.
Yes, I remember. You defended an old man. Very admirable. I feel like many of the other
I did it.
many of the other candidates could learn from that.
Well, I try to set an example for the rest of my party. So when I personally, me, Gaius Phalith, sees an old man in need of help, I know that I need to be the one to step in and set the example for my teammate. So just remember that I'm the one who helped the old man, and I'm the one who,
Roll a deception.
is trying to make a difference in this world. Oh, what?
Deception.
Deception. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Dang.
Oh my god.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. You didn't have a huge DC either, though. To be fair, wasn't the best roll on my end.
He's like, this elf can't lie to me.
I pat him on the shoulder and say, with more people like you and me in this world, I think it would be a much better place.
Well, make it back alive first before you make such a claim.
If I do, you owe me a pint.
I'll give you all a pint if you make it back.
I clap him on the back and walk away.
Do not overestimate your own skill.
Wouldn't dream of it.
As you
Alright.
walk off, Ku, you make your way to the. You have made your way to the orphanage.
Right? I get up to it. Okay. Knock on the door.
Knock on my door.
You kind of hear a small child that kind of come up behind you. Why are you knocking? It's a small, dark-skinned human child.
Manners, kid. You always gotta knock.
Everybody just walks in.
Oh.
You're weird.
Alright.
He just kind of runs away.
Not the first time. As I open the door. Hello?
Roll a dexterity. Yeah. Well, no. Roll a Yeah, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I get advantage on
We'll
those.
make it a dex save. Why not?
Oh, fuck. That's a 9, even with advantage.
Wow. They beat you by 1
Oh,
with a 10.
wow.
As you will find yourself all of a sudden being jumped upon, and your horns will kind of tug back really quick. As the weight throws it off, but you're actually able to keep yourself up and carry the weight. As what you kind of feel like to be about probably a 15-pound child has jumped their way, as you just are now, as you like are seeing a number of running children, as a young elvish looking man kind of trying to chase down a number of other kids. I'll help you in a moment. I'm trying to just I'm just trying to get them rallied back for.
It's just my neck. It's fine if it breaks. I'm in the area. I'm like holding out the. I'm like slowly approaching the half elven
Tom,
man.
get off the man's horns.
It's fine. Don't worry. I was in the area.
No. Let him go. Fine. So I'll just kind of hop down.
Oh, whoa, that was interesting. That's gonna be a kink later. Yeah, I was.
I knew it. He is kinky.
So he'll just kind of stop and just like, hello.
Hi, yeah, hey. So I was in the area. I had this old toy that I just had lying around, and I figured the twerps would like it. So here you go. Just hand 'em
Thank
the-
you. Appreciate the donation.
Yeah, no worries. You have a great one. All right.
No problem. I heard you knock earlier. Sorry, I would have answered, but running around. Just feel free to come in anytime in the future.
Yeah, no worries. Maybe I'll show up, maybe not. But you have a good one, I guess.
Thank you.
As I get out of the orphanage.
All right.
Readjust my shoulders and then jog back for 30 minutes.
Victor.
Yes.
You make it back in the common. You kind of come in with all your sacks. As you come in, you will see you'll see Gaia seemingly walking away from whom you would know to be Garog Hammerbane.
Oh no.
Kind of just
Yeah,
hear.
no, that's fine. Don't help me at all. I'm the strongest one in our party. I got this.
Meanwhile, me
you
running.
have made
My heart.
me-
Ah.
Come on, thin man. You can take the weights. Build some muscles on those bones.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Carry them all the way here. What's a few more feet?
There's a few more flight of stairs.
Oh, you'll kind of hear him yell at you, guys. Elvin boy, come help him. You want to show that you can be a team player. Help this man.
Gaius, you greatest team player. Let's go. You helped us so much.
This guy's alive right now.
Yeah. Unresponsive, Bennett.
Wait, say that again? Sorry.
you say, yeah, help. Be a team player. Then made some under the breath
To be
remark.
fair, 3 people in our party are
Yeah, did I hear it?
more specific.
Can I roll to hear the under the breath remark?
Sure, like a perception check.
Perception?
Yeah.
That's a 21.
Yeah, would you kind of say at the end of that again, Victor?
Strongest one in our party. I fucking bet.
I sigh
So that you
and
hear.
then walk over and hand him a bag or two. Like, you could just ask nicely.
that.
I don't need the sass.
Oh no! Hey, so
I'll
you
take
two
a
are
few.
together now.
Yeah, this is my friend Victor.
Oh,
We're having the
yes.
moonlight together.
Oh, Victor, I've heard your name. You are the one.
So I
you're
imagine you have.
Yes, you're the son of the banker man from Dollara. Yes.
Indeed, my father.
Yes, I recall you. My father met your own.
Oh, I hope he was treated nicely. I'm sure my father's repute as a reputable man is known no bounds.
I press X to doubt.
It was back.
He never engaged in any tomfoolery, is what he told.
Oh no, I think I know.
It was back before the resurrection.
Well, Victor Tori never did nothing.
It was back
Jet
before
Black
the
was a
resurrection.
bastard.
He was trapped in an inn in Dern.
Oh no.
He said it was the only time he ever saw the great warriors. He
Oh,
said that.
not
He
the
said
guy
he
we
was
killed
the
in
weirdest one. He just hid in the shadows. That's all he did.
He's not
Wait.
the guy who killed the niggers, though. All right. That's
He
good.
saw the heroes of legend. Did you ever see Cedric?
Yeah, we saw all of them. He was the bald man, the former emperor of Dern.
No, my
And the
father would
Great
boast
Yates.
about his travels
so
often.
He was there as well. He was on the father
Let's
was on
see.
the same ship that the bald man came to pick him up on. And Stratus is all there as a part of it. For them all.
Bald man.
Did he ever say?
Oh, that must be the uptight paladin my father spoke of. He said he was the biggest bore he'd ever met in his entire life, and should let me see if I can remember the exact quote. Pull the stick out of his ass and find somewhere to chew it.
In the
What he
dialogue,
said.
you just- This is
Pile
just
it
your
on.
cue laughing spontaneously.
Did he ever say anything about Cedric?
Gosh, let me rack my brains
Not
here.
much.
Not
Was
you.
he the musician?
No, it
He-
was that was you do not remember the tales. It was your father, for goodness sake. He was
Fair. My father mostly talked about himself.
he was the
The-
sorcerer.
Musician, the uptight paladin, the magic user, and some hornhead.
Well, I would hope that the son though of that man would, be an apt and ready to be an adventurer. To see you coming in with all these sacks, that shows that you seemingly are ready for the challenge. You're willing to take a weight for the rest of your party. That's good. Good qualities. of
I'm
an
quite
adventurer.
known as the de facto leader of the group, so it's up to me to take charge.
He can handle sacks really well.
Well, if you wish to lead your friends, then make sure you know the costs that you may have to take in order to do that.
Sacrifices lined up and in order of both likability and probability.
If I could bring
I better
everyone's
be at the
attention to
top
my
there.
webcam for a moment. If I could have you all just look here, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna mark down. It has been 0 days since Franny has laughed at the word sax. We're just gonna go ahead and mark that. There we go.
If you have enough
Okay.
room on that board, you should also write down poop deck and see
So-
how far that goes.
You can't tell, but I literally just erased poop deck and wrote sack.
Oh, but we didn't have it. We didn't have any last session.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Hey,
I
we're
was
Now
gonna-
we're
waiting
back
for
at
it.
0 because he's just said it.
I was waiting for it. I was still at 14.
I think that would get to pass because there was a joke related to it
Yeah.
Fair.
that was
All right,
outside of
all
your
right.
control.
Sure.
But the next time, if it's out of nowhere and somebody just mentions poop deck and you laugh,
Yep.
Or
Back to zero.
sacks, I guess.
or sacks,
Are we gonna have to go on the poop deck?
well, you're not going on any ships
There you
yet.
got it.
There it is.
Got him.
I also chortled.
However, there will be no ships yet, as we will finish our preparations next time on the Ever Crescent Moon. As is after the title, there is one strange enigma that has occurred in the last few years, which is that in all of Thades, at least while you've been in Thades, the moon has never changed shape.
Is it?
Oh.
Could one even say
It is a
the
crescent.
crescent is everlasting?
Moon. Yes.
Wow.
Nobody knows why.
This moon
Go down though,
is
right? It's not like always there.
crescent.
Yeah, no, but it never changes shape.
It's
Like it
ever
used
crescent, eh?
Man, really sucks for any werewolves out there.
Good thing we're going to a place about the.
Well, we'll find out next episode. We will see you all
Werewolves can
next
see
week.
your
So long.